Most successful entrepreneurs have had some type of identity switch in their life. And for me, I've had an identity switch as well, but it was kind of the opposite, right? And in my life, there has been two. And a lot of the time with business owners, entrepreneurs, there's only been one. And the second one that I'm going to tell you right now is the most important one because that's what actually impacts the longevity of your life. For me, it was the opposite of most business owners. Mine began with health. My first identity switch. I hate the way that I felt before, waking up hungover, following the worldly ways, and I realized that I wanted to feel better about myself internally, and no matter what, that would bring me to a higher level of life. And it did. That right there, it completely transformed my life. But then I was sitting there in a position saying, now how do I generate income in my life? How do I create success in that matter? And that led me to go to Miami for a whole entire year. And I went there with only 3 months of rent left, and I had to figure it out for myself. And that required the second identity shift in my life. But the whole point of this is that while I was building my business, my health is right there as well. I didn't leave it on the back burner or anything like that. I brought it with me, and I loved the way that I felt, and it allowed me to succeed at an accelerated pace in my opinion. And I invested into myself. I continued to grind. My focus was literally channeled into my health and into posting this content, creating hardcore fitness, fulfilling clients, and it was just channeled, right? Cut out vices. Nothing was in my way. And this is what I was talking about, because on the other side of it, there's most business owners that will take care of new business opportunities. Their energy and focus is so dialed into where their health is on the back burner. And now you're kind of sitting in a position where you've generated all this income, you've set an impact financially for your family, but what about for your health? Because now that you think about it, everybody else's habits that lives with you, that is surrounded by you, is a reflection of your own. So if you want to leave a second impact of health, of generational health behind, then you're gonna have to have a second identity shift. Because if there was two for me, why wouldn't there be two for you? Because you've already made such an impact again financially, but now it's a matter of, can we focus our energy, time, can we cut out spices, whatever it might be, restaurant food that's fried, and actually dial in daily, work so hard we make it impossible to fail when it comes to getting in the best shape of our life. Because I get it, man. You know, you probably fallen off the wagon wheel a couple of times. People will make fun of you if you start because they're like, oh, you're just gonna fall off. But why care about the judgment of others? Why care about what anybody else thinks? It's like, this is your own life, right? You have the resources, you have the advantage, so take it. Because at the end of the day, money is not going to solve the problem of health. It's just not. Because the last thing that you want to do is go into the future and look at the past and say, I wish I would have taken care of my health before I entered these health problems, before I was sitting at the hospital and they told me I had high blood pressure. I wish I would have done it. Don't wish it, make it happen right now. And if you're in a position where you already have that, now you know it's a matter of, let's get out of this and actually prioritize my health for once in my life. Because I hate seeing it, man. A lot of the time I see visions for people a lot more than they see it for themselves. And I'm telling you, dude, this is what I tell everybody. Do you really not think that there's somebody in a similar position as you? In your case, maybe you've grown this business, but they're also in the best shape of their life. What makes it different from them for you? You know, what's the difference? There's nothing. It's just this person understood that they loved the way that they felt internally when it came to their health, so they wanted to keep that with them while they were building their business. So I'm not saying it's too late, because it never is. You're alive, you're breathing, it's amazing. But now it's a matter of, can we take advantage of our health while we've already built something that was amazing, so that we can be that example for everybody else around us? Man, it's just crazy to think that deep down, you look at yourself in the mirror and it's one more thing you have to worry about not being in shape, because life already gives us so many damn problems and you already know that. But why have to wake up and look at yourself in the mirror and say, man, I wish I was in shape. Why did I let myself get to this point? Because I've been there, I understand it, and it's like, it doesn't have to be that way anymore. But you can't fall off the wagon wheel. You have to be consistent with it. Consistency is the biggest thing, because days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, months turn into years. And if you're going in a direction where your days are turning into weeks and you're not taking care of anything, in years, you're gonna be in a position, the same position that you are right now, not in the best health. So how can we completely change that? The identity shift. Change your thoughts, habits, actions. Think like the second version of us that's already in the best shape of his life. Utilize your resources that you already have. Take advantage of it. The healthy foods that you can choose from. The amazing gym that you might have that hasn't been touched in a year. Take advantage of it daily, because if you do, those days that turn into weeks, that turn into months, that turn into years, you'll sit there in a year and be like, I'm so happy I did this. I feel amazing. And now everything in life feels aligned. Because we live one life, and the way that I think about this for me is like, why would I not want my whole entire life to feel aligned, in alignment, to feel like I tackled this problem, this one, and I'm not just leaving one behind? Because you could do it all in one moment. It's just a matter of how can you structure your days in a way that's going to allow you to tackle every single task. Because at some point, as you continue to tackle these problems daily and daily and daily, it becomes a lifestyle rather than a task. And then it's just a daily routine. And then you could sit there and again, be in the best shape of your life as those days turn into months, turn into years. You get the idea now. So if this is something that genuinely interests you and you want that structure that's going to fit your life, because inside of Hardcore Fitness, we have a lot of guys, entrepreneurs, business owners, and people that are extremely busy. A lot of them, they just wanted structure in their life and something that was going to bring their physique to that next level because they wanted to align their health. If that interests you, book a call with me down in the description. We've got a great group of guys. Everybody has one similar goal inside of here, is to become the best version of themselves, mentally, physically, financially, okay? You get in there to grind, be in the best shape of your life, surround yourself with individuals that are doing the same exact thing as you, and from there you continue to grow as a person, no matter your age, height, weight, whatever it might be. You're there to grow. So if you are interested in that, book a call with me down in the description. And remember, there's no generational wealth without generational health. And that will always be my saying.